Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to another iRoll edition. This is something I've been thinking about a lot recently. Is globalism really left-wing? Karl Marx ends his seminal Communist Manifesto with a stirring charge, "Workers of the world, unite." And his writings had a profound impact on the world. My mum recounts to me that when she worked as a florist when she was a teenager, the shop would receive an annual request for a bouquet of flowers to be sent to Marx's grave in Highgate Cemetery. There's something romantic about Karl Marx, but the romanticism aside, doesn't detract from the fact that his body of work has unleashed numerous wars and caused countless deaths throughout the 20th century and still continues to do so. Venezuela, for example. Progressive notions champion unity through our innate similarity as a species, yet also espouse a rigid delineation of identities lest someone take offence, and that term offence has become so broad now that it means next to nothing. And SJWs would insist their drive for ever-growing subcategories is to create an essential ability for minorities to define themselves, gaining recognition and validation, but in truth, progressives seek strength in numbers. This is why SJW principles appeal so keenly to younger people. I mean, students in their late teens to their early 20s encounter the world for the first time away from their parents and their nurturing bubble that they've grown up in that has got them to adulthood, thinking they belong to a generation that really will affect change this time. And they get egged on in these beliefs by their idealistic, nostalgic leftist professors.
Hi, media. Can I talk to you?
No, you need to get out.
Well,
you need to get out.
No, I don't.
You need to get out.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
They seem to have never fully recovered from the fact that they had to graduate from that university bosom into the working wide world and become gainfully employed and grown up. So they remain professors, if you like, to extend their own wish to be a perpetual student. When they train other students in their Marxist ideologies who go out into the working world, this ideology embarks on grand tours around journalism. Its body politic is clogged by arteries of such dogma. It seeps as a slurry into the vernacular, despite what the populace think and feel. And the Marxist ideologues are often contemptuous to what the masses think and feel.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I find it absolutely abhorrent that people like you come on the end and call that the British people, we lack compassion. You're essentially calling us fascist and racist just because we have concerns about immigration. I'm a primary school teacher and I've worked at various schools where... Yes, but unfortunately that's exactly the tone that we're taking. I've worked at various schools where English is genuinely not the first language on the playground. Not between the children, but by the parents. Quite often, you go around, because once upon a time, people came to this country and gradually integrated and were welcomed. We're a very welcoming nation. But when you get a massive influx of people all coming at the same time, that's what people have a problem with. That's when we get concerned when we go to the doctors and we can't get appointments. You go down to A&E and it's full. Now, people may turn around and say, no, that's racist, that's fascist, that's not acceptable. But 18 million people, just like that lady says down there, we knew what we were voting for, we know what we want to get out, and the sooner we start it and trigger Article 50, the better.
All right. Laurie first. No, you go first. Laurie, keep it short, so we must move on. All right, to try and answer both of your questions. Look, firstly, I don't believe that people who voted Brexit are stupid. I think, unfortunately, some people may have been lied to and manipulated, and that is not the
I mean, such disdain for the uneducated plebs without a degree is inherent in the progressive line of thought that they know best because your age-old standards are vile and racist. This is the couch for their horror, their fainting couch for their horror, when Brexit and Trump occurred, despite the media telling people ad nauseum that neither scenario was the least bit possible. The outcomes of the major political events of 2016 shook the very foundations of a globalist agenda that made every person in support of such a theory sick to the very core.
And you have people putting children to bed tonight, and they're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children? I have Muslim friends who are texting me tonight saying, should I leave the country? I have families of immigrants that are terrified tonight. This was many things. This was a rebellion against the elites. True, it was a complete reinvention of politics and polls, it's true. But it was also something else. We've talked about race. I mean, we've talked about everything but race tonight. We've talked about income. We've talked about class. We've talked about region. We haven't talked about race. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president, in part.
Many globalists always fail to acknowledge that Hillary Clinton is the biggest corporate puppet going. You know, these Marxist left-leaning professors and their students. So is the EU. I mean, Donald Trump's billions means nothing if he isn't the right fit for Wall Street. But globalists fail to glimpse how a real lack of diversity creates a pool of dutiful workers and customers. It is evident that communism works well for mindless cutthroat capitalism. Just a swift glance at China is a testament to that. So what do you think, viewers? Please like, share and subscribe, and as always, don't roll your eyes too much, they might fall out of your head.